Hickok 45 here. Look what I got, a brand new gun, a brand new model out from Smith & Wesson. Model 10. Ever heard of it? See if it'll go through paper. Not bad. See if it'll go through a pumpkin down there. Yeah, 38 Special, brand new gun. Can you imagine? It's about time they came out with a 38 Special, ain't it? Well, yeah, as in about 1899, they've been making this thing called the M&P hand ejector, 38 hand ejector, as we've talked about before. The good old K-frame, mid-size frame, and 38 Special. If you look up gun in the dictionary, handgun, revolver, this might be the picture you see, right? A Model 10 38 Special, hard to beat. Well, Smith has come out with the no-lock models in these new ones. It's a Model 10 15. So that tells you they've been coming out for a while, 10-15. And they have gotten so smart. Look at that, no key lock on it, right? In fact, they kind of call it the key lock models, you know, the new key lock models, no key lock models. And we are so glad to see that, aren't we? All of us, really. And so they're kind of, they have gotten back to the original, the traditional format for this thing. I'm kind of on one leg still, so y'all can tell that. And got my big fashionable boot on here. I'm not supposed to be standing on it, I don't think, like that, but I'm not putting too much weight on it. So take a look at this thing. I've got my old one out here, it's made in the early 1950s. You know, this is an older Model 10. They've been making them forever. You've seen this one. We have a video on it. I'll maybe link to that, where I go into a lot of depth about the Model 10, the 38 hand ejector, the M&P, so much history. And maybe they're filming from up in that helicopter too. They're curious about the Model 10. So you can see they're, you know, same frame and all that kind of thing, and no key, no ugly key lock. This one has a nice finish. So Smith has come out with them again. They run about $9.5, something like that. They're not cheap, but you know, they're just pretty sweet. By my experience so far, I haven't fired a great deal. You saw it on a Sunday morning video, and they got the Tyler grips on it. And they've got a really nice blued finish on it. I like that. Got the old half moon front sight, like the old days. Look at the end of that ejector rod. That's kind of old school in it. The way it's kind of bellowed out a little bit. And that's not an entirely exact replica of the old Model 10s. You got the frame mounted firing pin, you know, things like that, transfer bar, make it a little safer, but you have that old style ejector. That's kind of nice, or not ejector, but the you know, the cylinder latch. So some things like that make it kind of nice. Smooth trigger, just basic firearm, square butt. And can I shoot it? I'm going to shoot the thing. Yeah. And one nice thing about it, I think it says it on the barrel, Smith & Wesson, that this one doesn't say. It says plus P, so it's plus P rated. I think all these are probably fine for plus P, but let's just demonstrate. I've got some Underwood plus P ammo here. We'll shoot some plus P in it. Make sure they're not lying to us. And if it blows up in my hand, you'll know they were lying to us. How's that? Most people are not going to, you know, look to shoot plus P and like hotter ammo and 38 Special. If you want to shoot something hot, get yourself a 357 Magnum. How about that for an idea? So we'll take a shot with these. I want to thank the people that help us first. Silencer Central, those great Banish suppressors you see around here all the time. Davidson's Gallery of Guns, you get a guaranteed lifetime replacement on your firearms. And while you're over there, don't forget to sign up for the Great Gun giveaway. And SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. Get yourself some distance learning and drone technology, firearms technology. Get on the road to becoming a gunsmith. Keep that in mind now. Okay, we got plus P's here. All right, plus P. Let's see what you'll do to a pumpkin, no, to a 2-liter right here. Double action. Chloe, how about that pot down there? Kind of hit that pot? Might not. Where do I hold? Oh, I'm going high, I think. There we go, I was going high. What about you, cowboy? Hit you hard, didn't it? Yeah. Yep, so it fires plus P. Not bad. I don't have a holster for it, but I want to thank Alabama Holster for their support of the channel. Best little Kydex concealment holster you've ever seen and I've ever worn and carried. So appreciate them. What else about it? I think if you'd like a good old traditional revolver, 38 special is hard to beat. The size of it's hard to beat. K-frame, 4-inch barrel, you know, a piece of history. And you know, actually maybe a little safer than some of the earliest ones, of course. You don't have some of the cool things like this one, that 5 screw, that 5th screw there, or this screw here. This one's kind of a collectible, okay? So those are obviously pretty cool. Pin barrel. But in terms of a modern revolver that really is kind of the traditional flavor and brings back all the cool stuff that we like about revolvers and doesn't have those things we don't like that ugly key lock. Yeah, hard to beat. Let's shoot it again. I just wanted to make you aware of it. I'm afraid some of you might not be aware of it, and it's kind of my job to make sure that you're not too ignorant about the new firearms out there. You could do worse with just a good old range gun, you know. Now it doesn't have adjustable sights and all that. Just depends. If you're trying to become a professional target shooter at 50 yards, maybe you want, you know, adjustable sights and all that. But just a good old plinking gun that's kind of a piece of history. They've been making this thing since, like I said, 1899, continuously. It's almost like the Colt single action, isn't it? I mean, gosh, going back into the 1800s. It was an improvement, the 38 Special, in case you didn't know. It was kind of an improvement of the 38 Long Colt. That was considered a little too weak by our military. And so Smith & Wesson created the 38 Special, made it a little bit longer, hold another 3 grains of black powder. The 38 Special, by the way, was a black powder cartridge and when it was first come up with, but very, very soon, like within the first year or so, they went to smokeless. It became so popular. Okay, let's shoot it again. Good old Model 10, no lock. Nothing to make you want to gag when you look at it. So it might be something you want to think about. Let's throw one out the gong. I don't know where to hold, but I'll try. There we go. That must be where you hold. Let's try it again. Okay, I heard it. Almost didn't hear it. How about that 2-liter right on top of that tree? Well, thank you for the show. And a stop sign. What did I do? Did I have a... No, it wasn't a light primer strike because it went click and then it fired. What I must have, what did I do? I don't know. Let me shoot it 6 more times real quick. I've not had any issues with it. I don't know, something about the advancing. You know, if you get a light primer strike and you continue, it's going to take about 5 clicks to get it to fire again, right before you get back around to that round. And that didn't happen. It was, so I'm not sure what I did. What did I do? Stop sign. I guess it was something I did. It's hard to imagine. So anyway, the no lock Smith & Wesson Model 10-15. I tell you, I don't want to make too big a deal out of it, bigger than it is, but that ugly key lock has been a really big deal to us traditionalists, people who have been shooting Smith & Wessons, buying them, purchasing them, collecting them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. When we see the key lock, it's like a deal killer for most of us, not the younger people necessarily, but this is more like the Smith & Wessons that we growed up with, and we are glad to see them back. So anyway, glad you came out to watch me shoot this thing. Sorry you couldn't fire a few rounds yourself. Life is good.
Oh yeah, that's better. This is a great gun for defense. Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. While I've got you here, I want to remind you of our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. Talon Grips makes grips, can you believe it, for all different types of firearms. You can get rough texture or more of a rubberized texture. It just sticks right on there. You know, really affordable, really cool option to improve the grip for your handguns or rifles. So please check them out at talongungrips.com. You'll be glad you did. And also Ballistol. Dad has been using Ballistol for many years. It's a cleaner and a lubricant, and it's non-toxic. It works really great, and we're happy to have them on board since it's been a part of our shooting endeavor for a very long time. So go to ballistol.com, talongungrips.com, and also while you're out there, I'm juggling all these things here. Also, while you're on the internet, please do check out our other social media like Hickok45 on Facebook. There's also Hickok45 on Twitter, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a John_Hickok45 on Instagram where I do some things. There's Hickok45.com. You can find us also on Gunstreamer. So check out all that stuff and then watch more videos.